Yo, what's going on, Mountie Maniacs? You know who it is, Ed the Mountie, and welcome to the live stream of the TLC predictions. I thought it'd be cool to do this for once. I was doing prediction videos for a long ass time, and I always noticed that, I'd get some views. I'd get like 50 of them. Oh, hello, the champ. What's happening, brother? Appreciate you stopping by. But I was doing those prediction videos, and for the amount of work that I was putting into the actual, not production, but doing it, editing it, and all that kind of stuff, it wasn't really like I was stressed to get it done the same day, and I just figured, it might be easier to do it this way and interact with people live. I thought it'd be a good idea. So, hope you guys are doing pretty good. We're here to talk about the TLC predictions. So, and I also noticed, going back to what I was saying before, was when I was doing the predictions, I always felt like I had to incorporate a skit or some sort. And as much as I love to do those, I didn't feel like it really got the recognition that it deserved. So I was like, well, maybe I'll keep the skits separately from the predictions, and then maybe I'll do the predictions live, interact with the subscribers. I thought it'd be a pretty cool way to do a live thing with you guys, face to face, other than doing my podcast and stuff like that, because not everybody kind of listens to the podcast. So what's going on, the champ? You are the only person here, 100%, but I expect to have at least one more person. No, I'm just kidding, but you never really know. So I have my iPad here. I'm pretty much going to surf through the comments and pretty much do that. How the fuck does this work? I just had it. Anyhow, we're good to go. But basically, I wanted to talk about TLC 2018. Truth be told, this thing kind of snuck up on me. Like, I really felt that, I don't want to say the build wasn't strong, but the ratings have been down. I'm sure you guys obviously know that. They need to really, really change some stuff up, and hopefully this pay per view will really deliver like it needs to, because you know, and if it doesn't, maybe it's not the end of the world, because you have the build to the Royal Rumble coming up, right? But I feel like this is like the last stop on the road to WrestleMania, if you will. They don't really do roadblock anymore, that sort of stuff. So anyhow, we're here to talk about the card. So on the, I'm guessing this is the pre-show. It doesn't really say on Wikipedia. Normally it does. It puts a little piece. So you got 12 matches tonight, a good amount. First one we'll go into, there's a mixed match challenge finals. So I don't know if you guys have been following, but I think that Fabulous Truth is going to win this one. And if you guys don't know who that is, it's R-Truth and Carmella, and they're going against Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. So Mahalisha, pretty clever names, I gotta say. And basically, the stipulation on this one is whoever wins this match, both participants, earn a number 30 spot into the Royal Rumble matches, respectfully. So basically, it's like, the girls go into the, number 30 for the Women's Rumble. I guess they're going to do it again, obviously. Why would they just make it a one time? And then the men's get a number 30 spot for that as well. I'm tied on this one, because as much as I feel like I love Jinder Mahal, I'd love to see him as number 30 over R-Truth, because I feel like that's such a waste, unless they're going to expand the Rumble to, let's say, 40 or 50 people, which I mentioned in a tweet, which could be the announcement that we're going to see tomorrow night, right? As much as, the champ says Fabulous Truth, I'm probably going to have to go with that one, because just Alicia Fox coming out at number 30, not the greatest, but Carmella coming out number 30 is better. So I'm gonna go with Fabulous Truth on this one, and we'll see what happens on that. But it really depends. But I feel like they've done a great job. Like, I'm actually entertained by their little tag team. Carmella seems to be doing really good as a face, and I'm happy for that, because it's nice to see that she's not just one dimensional as a heel and little whitey brat. Like, she's actually, the dance break thing has gotten over, and whatever, it's kind of cute, I guess. But I'm gonna go with Fabulous Truth on that one. Next one, it has, well, I don't want to do this in order of Wikipedia because it just, you're taking away from it. Maybe I should so I don't lose a spot. Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. Am I crazy to think that Dean Ambrose needs to win this one? Him turning heel was huge. I really feel like it was needed for his character. It breathed in some life into his character. He seems to be better as a natural heel. He wasn't really like an over super like baby face kind of character, more of a tweener, like a bad. He was trying to pull like this badass like, persona as a face. That's a good point. But Renee turns heel and Dean wins. Ooh. I wish I came up with that. So that's a good pick. That's a really, really good pick. One way or another, I definitely think that Seth Rollins can afford to lose here. Does he have to lose the title? Depends. If they're going to go with Rollins as the man that he is, and let's face it, he's one of the most over and popular WWE superstars that they have at this moment. Probably one of the reasons why people tune in to watch Raw these days. He's just that good. So if they're going to make him go against Lesnar and go over Lesnar, or I don't know which way they want to go, but I'm hearing rumors that it could be that. So if that's the case, unfortunately, you have to lose the IC title. It just doesn't work anymore. Like, they did it a long time ago, obviously, with Warrior and Hogan, but these days, you're not going to really do it. So basically, I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose winning. Is he going to win the title? Up in the air. I think he should win the title. I think he'd be a pretty solid Intercontinental Champion at this point. He's not a rookie. He's been there for, 6, 7 years now, give or take. Why not? He's not a new wrestler or anything like that. Okay, his persona is new, but he was IC champion before. That's pretty much how it goes. So screw it. I'm going with Dean Ambrose winning the IC title tonight. Maybe some sort of Renee swerve. That was a great option. Honestly, I'd love to see that. But with her, it's tough, right? Because she's like, the voice of women on the broadcast booth. So can they eventually do that? Sure. Are they going to do it right away? It remains to be seen. Either way, good choice, Dean Ambrose. So far we got Fabulous Truth and Dean Ambrose winning. Let's go here. Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax. So does this really need to be talked about? Ronda Rousey is going to win. They're going to limit Nia Jax's moveset so, she doesn't end up fucking hurting her, because that would be awful at this point. There's a lot of injuries as is on Raw. We don't need Ronda to be injured right now on the road to WrestleMania. I don't really care for this match. I'm with you on that. I just don't. I'm not intrigued by it. It is what it is. Ronda's winning, okay? So it needs to happen. It should happen. Point final, as they say in French, I think. Anyways, this one's more interesting for me. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. So Daniel Bryan's heel turn is lovely, okay? And anybody that says differently, I'm sorry. You're entitled to your opinion, but I think you're wrong. They need to go full-blown vegan, environmentalist, Daniel Bryan. Keep that going. Everything. Touch. One of my cats wants to come in. Excuse me. Hang on. You want to come in? Let's go. Yo, you never really seen on camera. Hang on a second, guys. We got ringside Rose here, my smallest one. Say hi. That's her saying hi. She might want to leave again in another 10 seconds. She already wants to leave. Give me a second. You want to get out of here already? Jeez. Camera shy much? So, sorry about that. Daniel Bryan, yeah. Heel turn, amazing. Loved every second of it. It was beautifully done, unexpected, and the perfect guy to go over to be a heel, against would be AJ Styles, because he's such a loved face right now. So, and Daniel Bryan was too. So if one of them had to do it, most people would have thought AJ would have. But I love the fact that they swerved. And His work has been exceptional, and they need to really turn up the heat on that. I'm going with Daniel Bryan to win this one. Absolutely, 100%. I don't think he's going to get a clean victory. However, I think that he definitely retains the title. So I don't care how it happens. Honestly, the more sneaky and everything else, the better. The better for his character, the better for the heel persona, everything. So we're going with that. I want to come back to that one after and that one as well. Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. Finn Balor's got nothing going for him, unfortunately. Drew McIntyre has everything going for him. In fact, I'm going to go on record in saying that Drew McIntyre is winning this year's Royal Rumble for the men. And he's going to be inserted into some sort of title picture at WrestleMania. And he might even win that too. So I'm going on record now. What is it? The 15th? 16th of December saying that. And I've actually been saying it for a few weeks, but I have no proof in the matter. Drew McIntyre over Finn Balor. 100%. Elias versus Bobby Lashley. I forgot to talk about the stipulations in the other ones, but I don't think... I think we've pretty much only touched like normal singles matches. So TLC matches and others are to come, including this one. Elias and Bobby Lashley. This is a ladder match. So a guitar will be suspended above the ring, and the first to retrieve it can use it as a weapon. So it sounds like to me it's like a typical match where it's not just take the guitar and you win, at least from what I understand. It's like take the guitar and you can use it. And then chances are, well, it doesn't really matter because, you know, like one of them can bring down the guitar and then they won't exactly, maybe they don't use it, you know, maybe they drop it. Maybe the guy gets kicked and the other opponent uses it. So, I don't see, I'm picking a lot of heels so far, aren't I? No, face, yeah, heel, face, heel. Okay, this one is, it's tough because I feel like both of these guys need this win. Elias, I think, should win. But at the same time, I think Bobby Lashley and his hype man, Leo Rush, I think it's gaining steam. So the way I would book it is I would have Bobby Lashley win this. Not because I'm an Elias hater. I love that guy too. Elias seems to have like that Velveteen Dream sort of like persona right now. Not a persona, but a strong character where he can afford to lose matches and he's still over as fuck and still there and still recognized and still people care about him. So I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley winning this one. Maybe I am wrong. Leo definitely could get involved like the champ was just telling me. It's one of those things. So Leo can try to interfere, but a cruiserweight comes out to attack Leo. Yeah, that's not bad. But you know, like, what does it mean? Does it mean that that he's gonna side with Elias and then there's something there, or is it just for Leo to have an opponent? Good prediction either way. I'm still gonna go with Bobby Lashley winning somehow, some way. I think that his character is pretty strong enough as is that, I wouldn't want to see him lose right now. And that's just the reality of it. If you're going to go somewhere with Bobby Lashley, well, you might as well have him win this match too. That's just what I'm thinking. Again, I might be wrong, but we'll see. Natalya versus Ruby Riott tables match. This is a tough one too, right? Natty just doesn't really do much for me anymore. She used to, sort of. I always respect her and everything else, but I don't feel anything for it. Heel or face, just you got your experience. You're a veteran in the locker room, and that's awesome. But at the end of the day, Ruby Riott is a rising star, man. I think you got to give her this win. I think Ruby Riott wins this match. I just, for whatever reason, I can't see Natalya winning a tables match. I just don't. It just doesn't fit for me. Does it fit for you? I don't know. I can see Ruby Riott throwing her through a table, and Natty being down there with her little cat fucking ears, and I'm the cat man. All right, so I know how this is. I'm going with Ruby Riott. Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander. Okay. Going on this one, It's a singles match for WWE Cruiserweight Championship. It's hard to say. I haven't been paying attention to 205 Live that much. I don't know how the ratings are doing. Ever since Buddy Murphy took over, how's it been going? I don't know. I would probably have Buddy Murphy retain, but that's just the way I see it. But I'm not invested heavily into 205 Live that I can even give you a big explanation on why this should happen. However, I'm going to just say that, he retains. Okay? Some of the bigger matches here, if you will, I don't know. Not bigger, but ones that people want to talk about, I guess. Triple threat tag match. This is interesting. This is going to be a hell of a match. So, not that I know there's any stipulations on this. So we got the Bar, who's the champion, right? Versus the New Day, shocker. Versus the Usos, shocker. So you kind of got a lot of the same guys in there again. I love the Bar. I'd love to see them retain. That's just the way I see it. Why not? And the Bar would be perfect for any sort of other tag teams that are on the rise and, they want to, have a chance to go at them. Not necessarily New Day or Usos, because let's face it, those guys are like always in the mix. So I want to see some other teams perform, and the ones that I'd like to see them perform against the most, I guess, would be the Bar. But at the end of the day, the least favorite of this to win, in my opinion, is the New Day. Usos could win. Yeah, they're always a threat. But I've heard that McMahon also wants New Day to have like this crazy tag team record, maybe even beat Demolition. But no, not Demolition, but he wants them to have like a 20 title run. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, but I'm gonna go with the Bar retaining. So I don't know if you guys like the way I'm booking this so far. There's not a lot of swerves or anything like that, but at the end of the day, does it really need to be a lot that changes? Maybe not. These ones we should get into. Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. So this is a chairs match. Randall with the size advantage, as you see him in the corner. You see him. I'm too biased on this one because I'm an Orton mark. Does Randall need to win? No. Does Mysterio need to win? I mean, he's kind of fresh in there. He won at, what the hell was it? Oh man, you guys know what I'm talking about. The one in Saudi Arabia. I think Rey Mysterio won there. So if we're going by that logic, Orton should win this match, right? I don't know what they have planned for him. I'm kind of hearing that he could go against AJ Styles. So in order for him to get such a high-profile match against AJ, if that's the way they're going to go, I'm going to say that I don't know. I think Orton definitely, if he doesn't win, he needs to do a statement at the end, take out Rey Mysterio, and then start on a path of terror going into the Rumble and into WrestleMania if he was going to go against AJ Styles. So I don't know, man. Maybe a double. I don't know. This one's hard. I have no friggin' clue. We got a couple of more, and these are the big ones that everybody wants to know about, in my opinion, what's going to happen, because this really changes everything. Let's start with, I feel like I need to end on the women's match because it's like a huge one tonight. This one here is we got Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Now, this is a TLC match, right? So if Strowman wins, he receives the Universal title match. Excuse me, the Universal title match is what I meant to say, at the Royal Rumble. And then basically Corbin is stripped of all, authority power. So, but if Corbin wins, he will become the full-time GM of Raw. Strowman needs to win this. 100,000%. There's nothing that I want to see other than that, right? Corbin, I think he's a good heel. I think he does good stuff. Do we need him to be GM permanently? No. So It's not going to happen, in my opinion. We got Strowman winning this one, 1,000%, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow to see what happens. Vince McMahon's coming back, so obviously I want to get into that after. But, oops, sorry, my battery's a little low, so I got to kind of wrap this one up real soon because I don't have a charger. That being said, last one on the actual card, right? Then we'll get into a little bit of the predictions for tomorrow night. Becky Lynch, who's the champion. What? Is she a fucking champion? She's still champion, right? Yeah, she was just injured and she couldn't wrestle. Yes, she's still champion. Excuse me. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte versus Asuka. So, depends what they're going to do, guys. And this is tied into my predictions for tomorrow because are they going to do another shakeup? Is Becky Lynch going to go to Becky Lynch going to go to Raw and then sort of feud with Ronda, or are they going with Charlotte versus Ronda? Obviously, you can't have Charlotte go against Ronda, I think, if Charlotte's champion. So it kind of rules her out if they're going that way. So if Becky is going to go to Raw and beat Ronda or face her, she can't have the title, right? This is hard. Like, the easy money here is to have Asuka win, and then you're just kind of, you're not really sure what's going to happen with Charlotte or Becky, and it kind of makes you want to tune in to see what's going to happen and if somebody's going to get traded, or is there another shakeup that's coming tomorrow? Well, they did say that. Vince McMahon's coming to shake things up. Now, the literal sense is it's just exactly going to be that. Just another superstar shakeup. Not as exciting as probably the wrestling world wants it to be, but probably what it's going to be. I mean, at the end of the day, that's probably what it is. So, the champ has, here we go. Trish pushes Charlotte off the ladder and helps Becky or Asuka win. Then Trish keeps her record. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I like it. Sure. If that's the case, then obviously Becky is going to win that. Because Trish to do something like that, to interfere, I don't see Asuka picking up the pieces. It would only really solidify a heel winning that match, if you ask me, right? That's just what I think. That being said, I don't know which one I'd rather have. Wouldn't you guys, everybody's on Becky Lynch, right? Wouldn't you rather have her win this match, keep the title, and then go into WrestleMania as champion and maybe even winning that, because she deserves that, let's face it, especially with her recent work. It's been brilliant. And if you go back to our podcast fucking months ago, you'll know that before she even turned heel. Or no, right at the beginning that she turned heel. But I also said it in Ride Along like a year and a half ago. I'm like, make Becky Lynch heel. Okay? My real subscribers know. They know that I called this a long time ago. Now, it's very entertaining, everything that we're seeing. It's perfect, right? I like the spot she's in. At the same time, I don't want to see her get fed to Ronda on Raw. I'd love to have Becky just retain the title on this one. That is just my pick. It's tough. This is a hard one, guys. It's a really, really hard one. I think that this is, match of the night? Maybe. Honestly, why not? Like, you got three great talents in the ring right there telling a story, and then we don't know what's going to happen after that, right? It's a table ladder. It's a TLC match, right? So anything can happen. This is gonna be awesome. I think that, man, this has got to be like second last match of the night, if you ask me. These ladies have earned the spot, man. But I really don't know. I really, really don't know who's least favorite to win this. They could very well just put it on Asuka, and then you have like a Becky versus Asuka feud on SmackDown, and then you have Charlotte go to Raw to fight Ronda, which is kind of what they wanted to do originally. But now with everything that's happening with Becky Lynch and her like star power is going up, maybe they want to switch the tables and maybe have her go over and face Ronda. Or you have, man, like there's so many different ways you could spin this, right? And if Asuka is the champion, it would finally silence any of the haters saying that, she got buried and all this stuff. And it's like, wins and losses don't matter, man, sometimes. So just give it time. Give it time to muster. Everything works out. especially for somebody that keeps busting in their ass year in, year out. So it could be her time. It could be her time. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to that one. Honestly, that one, that ladies match, the triple threat match, that women's match. Oh man, that looks like a really, really solid one. So let's recap here, right? Let me just check the comments to see if there's anything else going on here. But like, man, this is a big night for a lot of different things. And going into tomorrow, hopefully McMahon retires. Okay? That's the number one thing that I'd like to see, because it's not that it's not working, Vinny man, but at the end of the day, it's okay to retire. You're allowed. You're like 70 something, brother. Sometimes it's just time. Sometimes it's just time to let go. Sometimes it's just time to say, hey, I trust the rest of my immediate family to take over this thing, and I'm just going to be a spectator. Now, even if he retires, he's still going to have something to do with the company, whatever it is. But at least in my opinion, maybe if he's not, it's going to be hard for him to cut ties. This guy is so invested. He's been running Raw for like 30 years or something. 25 years, I should say. But wrestling related stuff, oh, man, like he's been there for so fucking long. GM choices for tomorrow. You got to get somebody that's going to make everybody tune in every day. I love your prediction of Eric Bischoff. I loved Eric Bischoff. Bring him back. I don't care. What about my shirt? Wouldn't you guys love to see Stone Cold as the GM week in and week out on Raw? That would put fucking butts in the seats to watch Raw. 100,000%. Now, I haven't really seen a lot of podcasts from him lately, so I don't know how involved he is with the company and what's his status there. Man, I'd love to see Stone Cold, you know? Bischoff is a good pick. It's got to be a big name, you know? It's got to be somebody huge to do it. Other ones, they would never do The Rock because he's too busy making movies. That'd be another good choice too. You have to have a big fucking name, man. You have to have somebody that's really going to come in and do some serious damage and make it super entertaining while being GM. Not just a GM that's like, oh, hey, yeah, so this is your match and that's it, that's all. I want to see more than just that, man. I think another cat wants to come in. Give me a second. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on in. I'm doing a live stream. Come say hi. You don't want to come. All right, I'll leave it open for you. All right. So, Edge and Christian, nice. That's not bad either. Edge is a good pick. But, come on. Fucking Austin, guys. Austin would be the best one out there. Absolutely. That's just my take, and if they do it, then awesome. And I told you so. But I don't know. So, new GM, or McMahon says somebody's fired. He loves to fire people, right? So, is he just going to fire Baron tomorrow and then do a new GM? Probably, and then say a shake-up. Sadly, that's probably the way it's going to go for tomorrow. I like to think outside the box. I'd love to see a bunch... No, Teddy Long. No, please. No, playa. No, we don't need no tag teams and all that kind of stuff. But, man, like, imagine if the Royal Rumble was open to NXT. Like, can you imagine that? They expanded to, like, 50, and they put, like, 20 superstars at random, you know, from NXT. Can you imagine if Vince McMahon tomorrow says, hey, I'd like to do a NXT versus WWE pay-per-view? God, can you imagine? Like, you could do that? Even have it at WrestleMania? Like, oh, come on. NXT versus WWE at WrestleMania? The whole card is like that? It's a big risk, and it'll never happen. I'm just thinking outside of the box here. However, I'd love to see a pay-per-view for NXT versus WWE. You know, I think that would be sick. It would be amazing. Like, you have the best of both. And who books it, right? Well, you got to have both of them book it. You got to sit down in a room with old Hunter and Vin Man and say, hey, This is what we're going to do. No, we're not going to have your guys win every single one, Vince. No Survivor Series sweep. Fuck that. No. NXT guys are going to have to get in their W's, man. And the WWEs are going to have to take their L's on this. So, I don't know. But can you imagine something like that? That's huge. That's huge. I'm sorry. And you can still have the NXT promotion. No problem. But, like, I don't know. You can put some stipulations. NXT wins? Well, they're on the main roster. Sweet. Right? And that's how you do it, in my opinion. Something like that. Something that builds the Rumble or builds this pay-per-view or, you know, you have, yeah, that'd be sweet. Like, or even like you do the pay-per-view in between TLC and the Rumble because you have the 27th, right? The 27th of January. It's a month and a few weeks away. Mind you, you got the holidays and whatnot. But I'm saying, like, you know, a week into January, like, you know, 2-3 weeks before the Rumble. You do this pay-per-view, and imagine, every NXT superstar that wins the match gets entered into the Royal Rumble. That's sick too, right? Like, why don't you think of this stuff? This is genius. So put me on the creative team, please. I might not have booked your fucking TLC card so good, but I got a shitload of ideas. And if the logistics work, then you should do it. That's all I'm saying, right? Now, what else could it be? We talked about Vince McMahon firing. We talked about new GMs. We talked about Vince McMahon retiring. And then we talked about any sort of like awesome surprises, which probably won't happen. And I don't know why I get my hopes up. But I'd love to be right in this one. I'm just saying. This is a great opportunity for them. They probably won't do it. And then a superstar shakeup. So, if I had to guess, in WWE terms and logic, what this means is, well, new GM, so you're going to fire Corbin somehow, some way. Maybe he goes to SmackDown. Whatever, right? So Corbin leaves. He gets fired. You need a new GM, part 2, and then the shakeup, superstar shakeup. And then he's like, no chance. Like, oh, I'm out here, right? And it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Right? Unless you have Stone Cold Steve Austin come in as your GM, it's not good enough. Am I wrong? Please. Tell me if I'm fucking wrong there. They need to do something different. They need to think outside the box. Can we do that for once? Please. Tons of fans out there have great ideas for stuff like this. I know it's hard. I would imagine that it's tough to do all these kind of things. It's not like drop of the hat and like, okay, we're going to do it. I'm sure it gets complicated. One way or another, you need to do something groundbreaking tomorrow that has your audience engaged again. And I really think the only way to do that is to somehow include NXT. And you have like a Triple H versus McMahon sort of angle. They're butting heads backstage. You know, like back in the day what they used to do, right? And I think it's the way to do it, man. You have NXT, you have Hunter there on Raw, and you got McMahon, and they're, oh, you know, NXT is better, and WWE is better, and the whole deal. I want to see that. I want to see McMahon more involved than just a appearance once a year when things aren't looking too good, or whatever the case is. That's all I got, guys. That's it. So enjoy TLC. Hopefully it's pretty good. Going over the card for those that haven't, you know, that just jumped in right now. We got Fabulous Truth going over Jinder and Alicia. Okay. We got Dean Ambrose winning the strap tonight over Seth Rollins. We have, or at least he's winning. Okay, that's what I said. At least he's winning. You got Braun Strowman winning over Baron Corbin. You got Ronda retaining her title over Nia Jax. Daniel Bryan retaining his title over AJ Styles. You got, this one's hard. I'm going to come back to that one. I don't remember, actually, no, I don't. I think I said I'd like to see Becky Lynch retain. Okay? Okay. So Becky Lynch retains, Charlotte goes over to SmackDown, and that's it. And then Asuka's just lost in the shuffle. Drew McIntyre wins over Finn Balor, and Drew McIntyre wins this year's Royal Rumble, and Drew McIntyre wins this year at WrestleMania, and he's your new Universal Champion. We got that. Bobby Lashley, this is a hard one. Elias could win this one, but I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley. Okay? Bobby Lashley over Elias. Takes the guitar somehow, Leo Rush gets involved. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. I got the Bar retaining as well over New Day and the Usos, right? And then I have Ruby Riott winning the tables match over Natalia. That is what it is. I'm sorry. That's just how it's going to go, or it should go. Buddy Murphy retains over Cedric Alexander. Not that I care. Cedric could win, and I just, all right, sounds good. Let's do that for a bit. I don't know. And then I have, I guess, I hate to say it, but maybe Rey Mysterio wins the chairs match. I don't know. But Randall will get the last laugh at this in one way or another. Injure the fuck out of him. And I don't know what's going to happen at that point on. So, my phone's about to die, guys. I'd love to thank you guys to stop by. The ones that you did. I appreciate you guys. I have some other videos coming that I've already filmed. And I'm going to start to edit. Including a tour of this wonderful Mounties Corner room. I'm going to break down on whatever I had. I also cleaned out the basement of my parents' place earlier this year. And I have a bunch of stuff that I found. Well, it was a good amount of stuff anyway. I think it's a bunch. Bunch of wrestling stuff that I found in the basement that I want to show you guys. So I have that kind of video. I have another skit coming. I'm going to be doing a lot of smaller skits too. Ones that are like maybe 30 seconds to a minute. So hopefully you guys like those ones too. Because they're fast to make and they're easy and it's just like, it's in your face and you don't have to like sit there for like 10 minutes and watch all my shit. I know it's long. I'm trying here, okay? But it's tough. You got to sell a story and a skit and whatever. But these are going to be like fast ones coming your way. Boom! So I love you guys. And I hope you guys have a great evening watching WWE TLC. Rip 'em.